very high. It's just that you're clouding them with all sorts of fear-based belief systems that doesn't allow the light to shine through as strongly as it could.
Okay.
That's the whole point. It's clearing out the attic, clearing out the basement of all the negative fear-based beliefs that cloud your ability to express the signature frequency that you are as an aspect and reflection of creation more fully. That's what this is all about. Letting go of who you're not and being who you truly are. Each of you is a puzzle piece within creation. You are a certain shape. That shape fits with all the other puzzle pieces to create the big picture of all that is. But when you try to be a shape you're not, you won't fit. You won't help create the big picture. Trying to be someone you're not is the most difficult thing you can do in life. It exhausts you. It tires you out. It kills you, literally, to be someone you're not. Let go and be who you are. Uplift yourself, and then you will fit. And the big picture will be formed before your eyes. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
So in like what you said about the fulcrum,
Yes.
I was going to ask about like an update on the precursors. Are they going to be more...
They will be more active.
More active.
For those that don't understand, precursors are extraterrestrial beings that look similar enough to you that they can walk among you, but they have a very different frequency. And the precursors go about your planet from time to time, walking through your cities and your countrysides. And when you might sometimes now and then pass by them, they observe to see if you can tell that they're not from your world. That is used as a measurement of your sensitivity and your readiness to be able to interact with beings from other civilizations. That's the job of the precursors. So that will increase, and especially it will increase in the fulcrum of contact year of 2027. Yes.
Okay. I think that's it. Thank you.
One moment. Somebody asked, well, which civilization are the precursors from? They are from the 4th hybrid race, the Shayael, and some from the Yael, the 5th hybrid race. Because those are the ones that look most like you.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
I'm not sure how I got here, but I'm here right now.
Did you come by some form of vehicle?
I did, but I literally signed up 30 minutes before this.
All right, so you're following your synchronicity?
I just jumped in my car and followed my synchronicity.
All right, and that's how you got here.
And I'm standing here in front of you.
Yes, you are.
So I'm in the process, or I have been in the process, of letting go.
Yes.
Of everything that is familiar to me.
Everything?
Well, almost.
All right.
And I just let go of a 25-year career.
Oh, all right. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Are you in a position to know that whatever it is you act on that is representative of your passion can support you in life?
Yes.
All right.
I definitely live in full faith with that.
It's not about faith, really. Mm-hmm. I understand what you mean by that, but it's simply about understanding how things work. Mm-hmm. Yes?
It's
knowledge. Mm-hmm. It's knowingness. Mm-hmm. It's beyond faith. It's knowingness. Mm-hmm. Yes?
Yes.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And so, now what?
Yeah, now what?
Well, what do you want to do? What excites you more than anything else at this particular moment?
Well, that's what I've been following, and that's how I ended up here.
All right. All right. Then you will keep doing that, we assume?
Yes.
All right. So what else do you need to discuss?
Well, some things that have been happening have been kind of strange. During meditations recently, I keep hearing...
Yes. Well, strange is not necessarily negative, yes?
No, it's neutral until it's defined. I don't need strange. Right. But I keep hearing Athena. I am Athena. I am Athena over and over.
All right. Well, you're connecting to an archetypal level of collective consciousness that somehow reflects to you some of the themes of your frequency, some of the themes of your life. So if you look up what the symbolism is of that archetypal representation of the collective consciousness, it may give you some insight as to why you are plugging into that particular frequency and downloading information from it to help you on your path.
Okay.
Yes?
I've also been weirdly talking in tongues, which is kind of unusual. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. It just keeps coming through.
That's all right. You are simply tapping into the fact that you are connected to many different kinds of levels of dimensions and realities and expressions of consciousness and intelligence. And you're sorting things out within yourself as to where you want to land in terms of how best to express your true self. That's usually what that's for. It's like going here, there, don't really know, haven't really crystallized what I'm saying, who I am, how I want to express myself. So it comes out in all these different ways until you find your language. And that means your language in the biggest sense, the way you need to communicate to be more who you are. That's usually what that process is for.
So to serve the entirety of the whole,
Yes. You have to just be yourself.
I have to fully express myself clearly
Yes.
as my true self.
Yes.
And then that is my absolute service to the entirety of the whole.
Absolutely, because how can you help anyone if you're not yourself?
Of course.
Therefore, as I said earlier, you become the puzzle piece you actually truly are, and then you automatically fit in the big picture. And that's what supports the big picture and allows you to experience how the big picture supports you as the piece of the big picture. It works in both directions. It's this and that. Mm-hmm. It's a whole system. It's a whole idea. Yes?
Yes, as nature intended. Yes. As my nature intended.
You are nature.
Yes. Yeah.
You are God. You are all that is. You are a piece of it. There is nothing but God to make anything from. There is nothing but all that is. Everything is a reflection of all that is. It is all that is. Mm-hmm. But it allows you to be the you are as a reflection of all that is. You are all that is experiencing itself as a piece of itself. Mm-hmm. You are the eyes of God, all of you, all of us, everything. Every experience is a reflection of all that is, God, Goddess, all that is, of itself, because there's nothing else but the one.
Yes.
Yes? Mm-hmm. So being yourself more fully allows, in a sense, if you want to put this poetically, God to see more clearly through your eyes, to experience who it is as you. Mm-hmm. This is a beautiful dance. Yes?
It is. Full resonance.
It is the dance of creation. Mm-hmm. Does this help?
It does. Thank you. Is there anything else that I should know that you'd like to share with me right now?
If there was, I would have shared it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good day, Bashar.
And a you good day.
So being Father's Day, I guess I want to ask a father-related question.
All right. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Father to be. So my wife and I are expecting a son.
All right.
And the first question I have is related to, at what point does consciousness actually enter the baby while it's in the womb?
Well, the way you're asking that question isn't exactly accurate.
Okay.
Because remember, everything is made of consciousness, no matter what it is. I understand what you're asking, but the idea is more, you're asking, when does that particular consciousness focus itself in such a way that it considers itself to be expressing its intelligence in a physical way, is what you're saying.
Right.
Yes?
Right.
Well, it comes and goes in a sense. It dips its toe in, it feels things out, it may recede, it may come back, it goes back and forth quite often. In fact, even after birth, the consciousness of a young child can kind of expand and contract, expand to spirit, contract to physicality, expand to spirit, contract to physicality. You say, come and go, come and go. It's not really coming and going. It's just expanding its focus, narrowing its focus, expanding its focus, narrowing its focus. This can happen even for the first 3 or 4 years of life. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. But if you're asking the question, when is it capable of expressing consciousness through the actual physical form in a way that you understand as the expression of intelligence? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
49 days.
Wow. Early on.
Yes.
Okay. So that then along that
Because
line,
at that point, The structures then exist within the embryo that allows for the expression of consciousness in the way you understand it, in the way that it needs to express itself as a physical being. Then it's capable of actually expressing the idea of awareness in physical terms. Until that time, there is no structure in the embryonic brain that allows that expression to actually happen in physical terms. But it takes 49 days for that structure to be formed. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right.
So while the baby's been developing, what are ways that we can support and nurture the growth of the child, both, well, in all ways, spiritually, energetically, mentally, emotionally?
Well, again, obviously, first and foremost, by being your true selves, because then the child is being born to parents that are willing to be their true selves, which then act as living examples for the child and how they can be their true selves as well. That's first and foremost, yes?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Okay.
So then the rest is up to your own imagination. When you are more your true self, you will have the inspirations and the ideas of what to do that would benefit all of you as a family. Yes?
Yes.
When the child then comes into physical reality, as we have said previously, then it comes into the idea of, quote unquote, educating the child, helping them, guiding them, acclimating them to the concepts of physical reality and your societies specifically. Then it's about making sure that you teach them that they are self-empowered beings, as powerful as they need to be to manifest whatever they truly need in life without having to hurt themselves or anyone else in order to do so. Allowing them to find what their passion in life is, and anything that you believe is important for them to understand about physical reality, as the parents, as the teachers, creating with your imaginations a safe space in which they can explore consequences of choices, so that when they then finally get out into the world, they will understand that their consequences do exist for the choices that they make, and they will then make more constructive choices because you've given them the opportunity to practice understanding the connections between the choices they make and the consequences that follow in physical terms. Also, whatever else that you believe they need to know to get along in your world, it would be best again to explore what it is that excites them the most, and then whatever you believe they really need to learn, adapt the lesson to their excitement. Don't try to shove their excitement into the lesson. Do you understand?
Yeah.
By creating interactive scenarios that seem very real for them, you will see very clearly what path they choose to follow. Children who then are allowed to adapt the lessons to their excitement will be eager to learn because you're teaching them how to learn in a way that aligns with who they truly are and uses their talents, their specific gifts, bringing them to bear to absorb information. The bottom line, in a sense, about the idea of teaching information that you believe is important to teach and allowing them to retain that information is telling them stories. Story structure is the way all of you absorb information the best and retain it for the longest. That's why stories have existed on your planet for thousands upon thousands of years. Story structure is not something that you invented. Story structure is something you discovered within your consciousness, within your psyche. It's a specific pattern of consciousness and self-reflectivity that when you tell a story in a certain way with a certain kind of information that hits those story structure points, it resonates within you. It strikes a chord within you. And that allows the information to stick because they're willing to absorb it because you've hit that chord. So telling stories is very important. So tell stories that are stories of empowerment. Stories can contain the idea of what you call conflict, or at least the idea of what's going on between positive and negative belief systems, as long as they also contain the idea of transforming those things from negative to positive. Then the child will retain a very powerful instruction of how to do that in life.
Great.
That's what we would suggest to you.
Okay.
Does this help?
Yes, definitely. From fifth density, how do you look at and view the role of fathership or fatherhood?
Well, I'm not in fifth densities.
Oh, I thought you were
We are transitioning.
transitioning too.
But remember that fifth density is synonymous with what you call spirit.
Right.
Therefore, in that sense, it's not quite the same kind of an experience in non-physical reality as it is in physical reality, except the basic premise that it's about, in a sense, creating what I call that space, that provision of space in which people can grow and learn and become themselves. That can translate in physical terms. You usually think, I know this is changing and it's supposed to change and become more balanced, but I know that classically you usually look at the idea of the masculine energy as the provider. You understand?
Right.
Now, all of you have that energy. All of you have the masculine, all of you have the feminine. It's about finding the balance within and empowering everyone in an equal way. But the idea of that energy in general, that archetypal energy, is to provide that space in which something can then be nurtured by the feminine energy, so it gets both of those energies, the provider and the nurturer, and creates that safe, balanced space in which the child can grow in strength and balance and contain both of those energies and expressions of those energies themselves. So that's the spiritual view of the energy.
Yeah, that's great.
Does that help?
Definitely.
Yes.
I'd like to breach one more topic, if I may.
Yes.
So I work with a lot of people that have had head injuries,
Oh, how
concussions.
exciting.
Not for them.
You don't know that for a fact.
You're right. You're right. It's very challenging. But one thing that I find is people who have had concussions, they tend to hit their heads a lot, and they just attract bumping their head into headboards and someone else's head and corners way more than anyone else would.
They're trying to get something through to themselves that they're not getting. They are stubbornly refusing to pay attention, so they're beating their heads against the wall over and over again until they get the point, till they let it in.
But it's
Now, that's not the case all the time.
Okay.
Understand, I'm giving you a generalization.
Right.
You have to take everything like this on a case-by-case, person-by-person basis to know what the reason is that they may specifically be doing that. Nevertheless, in general, on average, it's usually a representation that someone is refusing to pay attention. They're afraid to pay attention of something that they really need to pay attention to, and therefore they're actually trying to disorient themselves, realign their perspective. They're trying to, in a sense, beat the idea into themselves and pay attention to something that they are refusing and resisting to pay attention to, in general. So, if you can figure out what that is with them and work with them that way and get them to really investigate some of their fear-based beliefs, you may actually help alleviate that behavior.
right, that repetitive head banging.
Yes.
Okay.
What is it you're trying to get through your thick skull? To put it that way.
Right.
What is it you're trying to get here? What are you afraid to get? That's usually the basis of it. What are you afraid will happen if you suddenly became your true being?
Right. Right.
It's that resistance that usually causes it to get that extreme because you're trying to get your own attention.
Mm-hmm.
Again, generally.
Right. Right.
Does this help?
Yes, with healing head injuries, though, and this
That's another subject.
not so much. I'm not going to go into
Yes.
healing them so much, but I've heard you talk about healing modalities and
Yes.
healers, and that
Yes.
it's never actually the modality or the healer or the medicine that actually heals.
No, the person
Rather-
heals themselves by matching the vibration the healer or medicine is giving off that represents the healed state. If the person decides to align with that particular frequency representing the healed state, they will heal themselves.
So then why is it with the modality that I use, head injuries tend to respond, very quickly? What is it about their attraction to this modality that allows them to align with that frequency?
It's the permission slip that works best for some of their belief systems. Yes?
Okay.
Or doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, many people will come to a healer to prove they can't be healed. Therefore, you've given them what they asked for. All you need to do is do your job. It's none of your business what they do with what you give them. That's not your job. Your job is to provide the vibration that represents the opportunity to heal themselves. What they do with that, none of your business.
Right.
Yes?
Great. Thank
You
you very
don't
much.
measure your success by how many people are willing to heal themselves. You measure your success by being yourself as best as you possibly can, knowing there must be a reason they came to you, even if it's not the reason that they think or you think. But they will get something out of it somewhere down the line. Remember, everyone is an infinite, eternal being. What's your hurry?
Great. Thank you very much.
You are very welcome.
Good day, Bashar.
And a you good day.
I love that. The measure of your success is by being you as much as you possibly can.
Yes.
That just feels so good. Thank
Yes,
you.
it does.
I have a question. The last event that I was at, the hybrid races, I had an experience where I felt like somebody else was in my body. It almost lasted.
Nope.
Okay.
That's not possible.
So,
You fill you up.
okay.
There is no room for anyone in you but you. What you're experiencing is a shift in your own frequency that allows you to experience yourself as a different being
Okay.
than you are used to experiencing yourself as.
Okay.
It's still you, it's just a different expression of you, a different level of you. It's another aspect of you.
Okay. So I was, I got really tired. I had to take a nap at the break. I felt.
Sometimes that happens when new energy comes in that you're not used to handling. You need to take it more easily. You need to absorb it with your physical mind out of the way.
Okay. And then I actually, I had a hard time with my memory and
That's a good thing.
okay. I love that. Tell me more about that.
We have no memory at all. Zero. We simply know that we will know what we need to know when we need to know it.
I know it.
Memory is created in the present. Doesn't really come from the past.
Yes.
So sometimes, now again, not always, there can be many reasons for this, some positive, some negative. But in general, what we're talking about is the idea that when you live in the moment, you don't need memory. You will know what you need to know in that moment based on the frequency you're at that is then commensurate with the information you need at that moment. That's the way it works.
Okay. And so there was a little bit of fear that came up because I actually was having a hard time driving and I didn't recognize a few people.
All right, well, that's all right. And you know, if that happens when you're driving, you can always pull over.
I eventually, because the next day it lasted, so I eventually had my friend drive us home, but I just kept feeling in and out.
That's fine. It's part of the process of reorienting. Remember, to reorient to a new reality, you have to disorient from the other one.
Okay. That's
So you're just in that limbo state of reorientation, attempting to find your compass needle and which way it's pointing again.
okay.
Yes?
Yes.
It's part of the process. It's like shifting gears. You go through neutral to go into another gear, yes?
Yeah.
And in neutral, for a moment, the gears are spinning free.
Right.
That's part of the natural process of transformation and change. Ride with it, flow with it, enjoy it while it lasts. Yes?
Yes. And
Like a mini vacation. In between parallel reality experiences when they click back into gear.
okay.
Yes?
So basically, your explanation is I was going into allowing new energies and
Yes.
transferring in between
An
parallel.
upgrade of your own understanding of self, becoming more of who you are. Yes. But sometimes you will go through a little bit of a limbo state to allow that adjustment to click in a little bit more smoothly.
Okay, so it's okay if I don't remember people.
It's okay.
Okay.
Don't worry about it,
Yeah.
or you actually will know less. Yes?
Right.
Relax,
sense.
and everything you need to know will come to you when it needs to. It's all right. It's all right sometimes, even with what you believe to be your best lifelong friend I've just blanked on your name. It's all right. I'm going through a process here. It's all right. I haven't forgotten about you. I still love you. But right now, certain bits of information are simply not relevant for me to know right now.
Okay. And there was I was told it was the second most powerful full moon that weekend. Was there anything that had to do with the energy, or can you speak to that?
Well, again, that's a symbolic reflection of what's going on in the collective consciousness on a certain level. It's a big subject. We'll talk about that some other time.
Okay. And then I really loved that you brought up the masculine and feminine archetypes. Could you expand a little bit more on each archetype and what they represent?
No.
Okay. Thank you, Bashar.
Thank you.
I love you.
Our love to you as well.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
First, I just wanted to thank you for your role in the expansion of my consciousness. So thank you for that.
We thank you for all of your roles in the expansion of ours.
I had received synchronicities for Maui for a few months. So I went to Maui last month.
The
And
heart chakra of the planet.
Yes, I love it there. And on the night before I went to Haleakala, I saw a face with one yellow eye, and I got the name Carlisle. But if you could help provide clarity on...
If you will excuse us for a moment, even though it doesn't translate through the channel's body, we are laughing.
What's funny?
Carlisle is a funny being. Kind of a trickster energy that is native to the islands.
Okay.
You are dealing with, again, the idea of the expression of a nature spirit, an aspect of the collective consciousness of your reality expressing itself in a certain way that is kind of tricking you toward more of yourself. Very playful kind of energy.
Okay. The trickster has been coming up a lot for me in oracle cards.
Well, there you go. You see,
Okay.
you have your own synchronicity with it.
Yes. And I feel oddly called to Maui in...
Oddly,
Okay, I guess it is what it is.
it is what it is.
And there's something about the hybrid children where I feel like I'm going to have a role with that, but I don't understand why that nugget of information is being given to me this early.
Because Maui will be one of the sanctuaries for the hybrid children.
So sometimes when I'm meditating, I get faces of what I think are hybrid children. Like,
Sometimes they are and sometimes they're not.
okay, so is that something I'm opening up more to? Should I be connecting with them?
Can't you answer that question yourself?
I want to, I guess is the answer.
Well, it's not about wanting to. It's about, are you doing it or aren't you doing it?
I'm not currently doing it.
Why not?
I have many excitements at the moment, and I'm having...
But you act on the one that is the highest, that you're the most capable of acting on, don't you? Are you following the formula?
I am starting to, yes.
All right, up to you. The idea is to act on the one that excites you the most, that you are most capable of doing something about. If there are more than one that seem to have equal capability to act on, then it doesn't really matter which one you choose, because the self-guiding principle that's built into it will turn you around to the other one if that one isn't the correct one for you at that moment.
I agree with that. I understand that.
Well,
and I
I'm
feel
glad
that.
you agree with the instruction manual of existence.
I think everything's going good, and that's it. Thank you.
You are welcome. Mahalo. Many, many, many in the years to come, because of the splitting of the parallel realities and the subsequent side effects on Earth, will move to Maui. Not sure why you're clapping for that, but just making an observation, that's all.
Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
How you doing?
Perfect, and you?
Really good, actually.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I have a lot of good questions. The first one is about the electromagnetic grid of the Earth
Yes,
and the portals that open up.
yes.
And people utilizing those portals for travel.
Yes.
Now, those
This will
portals
become more common and more consciously done on your planet in the years to come, although it does happen from time to time, now and then, randomly, and some people that are proficient at this can do that already on your planet, but it's not that many.
You mean proficiently, like with simply with their physical body, activating the whole body system, electromagnetic?
Well, in other words, proficiently in the sense of being consciously aware of where the portals are, when they open, and passing through them.
Yeah. Now, when that happens, my question about that is,
Yes.
does that happen where a person walks through a portal and it's already designated to some extent where they're going to go, or is it?
It can be. Some
okay.
portals are like that, and some portals kind of fluctuate.
Okay. So like consciousness plays a big part in it as well, where a person's focused?
Let's look at it this way. Let's talk about it dimensionally.
Yeah.
In one dimension, a portal is a point. In 2 dimensions, a portal is a circle that you can step through. In 3 dimensions, like your reality, a portal is a sphere. And that's also 4th dimensional, because then in time, the sphere moving in time becomes a cylinder, a tunnel, or what you would call a wormhole. Yes?
Yeah.
Then in 5th dimension, it becomes a hypersphere. And a hypersphere means that whatever point you enter will actually be a completely different tunnel to a different location, even though it's all connected to the same sphere. So your world has point portals, it has circle portals, it has sphere portals, it has wormhole portals, column portals, cylinder portals, if you will, and it has metaspheres, hypersphere portals as well. So each of them does a kind of different thing. Wormhole portals in general can be connected between 2 points, and sometimes it can fluctuate. But for the most part, it is the hyperspheres that are connected to multiple points, and depending on how you enter, where you enter, the angle of entry determines where you wind up on the other side.
So does the pineal gland utilize it? Do we utilize the pineal gland
Yes.
as a hypersphere?
The pineal gland is very, very critical for understanding how to navigate the portals and how to sense when they're open and where they go. So the production, the high production in the pineal gland of dimethyltryptamine, DMT, is crucial to reach a certain state of production and a certain vibratory frequency to be able to sense the portals more clearly and exactly what vibrational location they connect to.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Because the energy is basically information telling you
Yes.
what the portal is
Yes.
in detail.
Yes.
Okay.
And that translates strongly when the pineal gland is at a certain frequency based on the amount of DMT that it produces naturally.
Okay. And then with plant medicines,
Yes.
for let's say there's
Sometimes
MAO
that can
inhibitors.
open it up. The teachers that grow from the earth naturally can help open some of that up, yes.
Will that help with opening it up to a prolonged, long-term experience throughout a person's life of
That
DMT?
depends on you. In
Of
other
course,
words,
okay.
remember that what the plant teachers are teaching you is how to recognize that state, but you have to get to a place where you know you can simply recreate that state without the plant teacher. Otherwise, the plant teacher has just become a crutch or an addiction.
Right, because I feel that deep breathing actually activates the DMT more
yes,
than
it does.
anything else I've ever experienced.
It is
with
one of the
plants.
reasons why, this is not something that the channel did consciously, it's one of the reasons why when you experience the idea of this state of our connection with the channel, you hear the breathing change.
Yeah.
It's actually pumping up the production of DMT, so it gives the channel's body more ability for us to utilize it in piercing into different dimensional realms to extract the information that we give to you.
All right, awesome.
It makes the channel a better translation device, a better telephone, in a sense,
Okay,
and a better switchboard.
all right. I have another question.
Yes.
About, you're talking about the hybrid children
Yes.
having certain locations on the earth
Yes.
to help with the
Evolution of your
Evolution of
planet
the
into
planet.
the 6th hybrid race, yes.
Now, what about other aspects that we've been doing on Earth with our underground bases, our underwater bases, like Pine Gap and underwater bases in Guam area and stuff like that.
What about them?
Well, there's a lot of extraterrestrial interaction there, so there is a sense of meshing with humanity, but it's in a different way.
There are also a number of different agendas going on.
That's true. Yeah. So because we are doing that, but in a different way with different agendas, is there any way of bringing that more to the surface, or is that going to be too much for the collective?
It will eventually come out, but understand also that the different agendas are representative of different parallel realities that will have different experiences.
Okay. And then I have another question about how you guys track time or create calendars. Yeah, because, on Earth, we actually track time and create calendars and stuff.
We don't.
So is it more of
We operate on pure synchronism.
Okay, so it's more like subjective instead of objective.
Because it is always subjective.
Okay.
Objectivity, in a sense, is your projected illusion, but it's a subjective point of view of objectivity.
Okay, so it's kind of like the ancient tribes around the planet. Some of them had calendars, but they saw every day as a celebration.
Yes, in a sense, you could put it that way. But again, pure synchronism allows us to simply know that we will be where we need to be, exactly when we need to be there, interacting with exactly who we need to interact with at that exact precise moment. We don't have to plan it.
Okay.
It just happens. Because we are all operating on synchronism. We're all operating in the now. Because everything happens now. But it happens in different versions of now. And by being our true selves, we automatically chart our course through all the different versions of now, and we wind up exactly where we need to be now. Does that help?
Yeah.
Obviously, we understand that there are natural cycles in the universe, day, night, things like that. We obviously can recognize that. If you want to say we're tracking that, that's fine. But we don't really look at it in a time-based way. Because for us, in our reality, it's far different than what you all may think. We're not just a bunch of extraterrestrials walking around on the surface of a planet. In our reality, because of our nature at this point, because we are quasi-physical, we actually experience our world as a multiplicity of dimensional experiences. We are walking through a dream after dream after dream after dream in multiple dimensions in many directions simultaneously.
Awesome. Yeah, more of that. That sounds great.
By following the formula, that's what happens eventually.
All right. Thank you, Bashar.
You are welcome.
Yes. Good day to you.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
This is exciting.
Yes.
So, I've noticed in the last several years, I have interacted with strangers that sort of come to me, and it feels exciting, and we have a conversation, and in the next moment we part, and I no longer see that person, like they disappear completely.
Well, then they may have fulfilled the purpose of having met.
Are they someone who teleported here for
Not necessarily,
a particular
no.
purpose?
You all act as reflectors for one another. Sometimes it can be beings from other realms, but very often it doesn't need to be. You all can perform the task of being the reflections that you need at any given moment, so people will come in and out of your lives. If they specifically have a particular reason for being there at that moment, and whatever it is you need to get out of it to become more of yourself, that might also allow them at that moment to get what they need to become more of themselves, then the purpose of the meeting may have been fulfilled and you may never need to see them again. And it can be as simple as that, and they can be just as human as you.
Sometimes it's just a touch, too, I've noticed.
Yeah. Again, sometimes it might be something from somewhere else, but not all the time, and probably not even most of the time. Because again, you can all serve that function for each other as reflections of one another. That's what relationships are for. reflecting to each other what you each need to know to become more of yourself, to support the other in that process. Yes? Okay. And it can happen the way you have described it. That may just be your particular way of gathering that information. Sort of like one of your bees flitting from flower to flower to gather pollen. That bee may never see that flower again, but it's got what it needs, so it moves on.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
So you might just be a busy little bee.
Or a hummingbird. I feel like a hummingbird sometimes.
All right, or a hummingbird. Animal of your choice.
Okay. I, in the last several months, have been seeing the number 27.
That's your synchronicity marker then.
What does that mean?
Many times when you have those kinds of numerical synchronicities, they act as road signs or markers to let you know that at that particular moment, you're exactly in the state you need to be in. Stay there. It reminds you, it reflects to you, hey, you're in that state again. Be there.
And what does that have to do with today's topic of 2027?
You tell me. It's your synchronicity. How does it reflect to you? Does it add to the idea that the 27 keeps coming up for you in all sorts of interesting ways to let you know that you are correctly aligned with your path? And that you are exactly where you need to be?
Yes.
Then you have your answer.
That makes sense.
Yes, it does. That's why I said it.
Right. All right. A couple of years ago, I saw a UFO on a very busy street corner.
The UFO was actually on the corner, or you were?
Well, I was in a car on the corner of Ventura Boulevard and
Reseda. Where was the vehicle, the craft? You're calling a UFO.
Yes, it was square shaped, and it was pretty much right above me.
Yes. Color?
It was nighttime. I'm not exactly sure, but it did have a ring of light around it that kept changing color.
All right.
And it was square shaped.
All right. And so?
So I'm wondering who it was and why were they there?
Oh, all right. Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
There is an airport nearby. There are planes taking off right now. Who is on them?
People.
You think we keep track of every single spaceship?
No.
All right. So I can't necessarily tell you who precisely.
Maybe the type of extraterrestrial.
I can't tell you that either, not because I don't know, but because I'm not supposed to.
Why is that?
I can't tell you why. All I can tell you is this. There's no accident in the timing, but the best way to understand it is what kind of a state did it put you in when you had the experience? That's the reason for it. That much I can tell you. So what did you experience in that state? How did you feel?
Excited.
And? Anything else? Did you feel more connected to realities beyond yourself?
Yes, absolutely.
Then that's a signal and a marker for you that that feeling, anytime you remember what that felt like, even if it doesn't feel the same again, you're in that state and therefore come from that state in all the actions that you take. That's what will serve you best.
That makes sense.
That's how to use it. Yes?
Yes.
In time, we may be able to tell you more specifically who it was, but right now it doesn't serve you to know that, and it is not the appropriate timing for us to divulge that information.
Is that being or several beings, is that related to who rang my doorbell? I think it was either that night or a couple nights after.
No. That's something different as we read your energy.
Can you tell me about that experience?
No. It isn't timing for these things.
Okay. And, all right, around the same time as when I saw the UFO,
yes,
I was in a meditation, and I saw myself interacting with an extraterrestrial.
Yes.
And I asked him his name, and he said Bashar.
Nope.
That wasn't you?
Nope.
Why did I get the name Bashar?
Because you're familiar with us and the vibration of that being is similar to ours, so you assumed it was us. But it's your own future self. that's connected to our society. So the word Bashar is simply your translation, because remember, we don't have names. Bashar is not my name.
Right.
It's a recognition of a vibration. It's the recognition of what I do, because Bashar simply means messenger. So it was simply saying, I have a message. I'm a messenger. The translation into Bashar is simply what you're familiar with. That's why your brain translated the vibration, I'm a messenger, into the word Bashar. Yes?
Interesting.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yes.
But it's you interacting with your own future self.
I like that.
All right. And that gives you the biggest hint I can possibly give you about the UFO.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, fly away, little hummingbird.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
Such a pleasure to communicate with you.
And for us as well to communicate with you.
Thank you. What's my frequency?
Right now, about 145 to 157,000 cycles per second.
Okay. When
Does that really tell you anything?
I just think like compared to Jesus and Buddha and then your vibration.
Well, Jesus and Buddha were up in the 300,000 cycle per second range because they were truly being more of all that is.
Okay.
None of you are going to be in that range for a little while. You can be, but you're going through processes to recognize the awakening of the Christ consciousness and the Buddha nature within each of you. That's what those messages were all about. You are all Buddhas. You are all Christs, because you are all children of God.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And last month, when I was taking quantum healing with my friend, I started channeling something called Zeus. What is it?
What can you translate as that word?
I felt like E.T. I was almost like felt like dying. I felt like very suffocating, dizzy, and it was.
So you were not used to handling that energy that quickly.
Well.
So it was something saying, hello, I'm here.
Right.
We can work together.
Right.
But I can only touch in briefly at the moment because you can't handle this energy yet.
Well, I just let them do whatever. I just let the resistance go, and I started feeling the energy, and they gave me a lot of answers.
Okay. Then you adapted very quickly. It touched in and got you used to the idea of what the energy felt like. You were willing to match that frequency and therefore establish a link and a communication channel. So, congratulations. What do you want to do with that? Now that you have established that link and can access information in the way that you prefer to, how does it excite you to use that ability?
Okay. It's just happened next day too. While I was
didn't ask you that. I asked you, how are you excited to use that ability?
Like I'm gonna communicate with them.
All right, you're going to continue to communicate. You're going to continue to understand the answers to the questions that you have. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
All right, and you will do that up to a certain point until you feel you have a deeper understanding of the connection, of the link, and of the information that you're receiving. And then what you will do with that information?
Okay.
What will you do with that information when you have enough?
I apply to my life.
Apply to your life, yes. Anything else? Any other expression that seems right for you?
What? Right? What? Highest excitement? What?
Right.
Right.
For you?
Oh, right.
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 For you?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Are you excited to be writing?
Yes.
Oh,
Lighting.
you sound so excited.
Lighting. Lighting.
Well, you're not there yet. That's all right. But that may be where it's leading, that you can then bring through information, writing it down in a kind of automatic way, or creating the ideas, penning them down in that way, and going from there. Yes?
Who are they?
I'm not telling you that.
Okay.
But they are, for now, the idea of the muse, inspiration, linking, creating a bridge and a connection for your own higher self to bring through more information in a way that's right for you. Yes?
Yes. Sounds very exciting.
It is. Keep going. It will get even more exciting.
Thank you. And another thing is, since last year, I'm working on my self-esteem, self-image.
Yes.
And so I
Yes.
write something like, whenever I feel something negative, I write it down and then let it go.
Oh, you write it down and let it go.
Let it go. I feel
Writing is already working for you.
Yes, it works.
All right. Well, congratulations.
It really works. And
All right. That's your permission slip. That's what gives your belief system the permission to let go of beliefs that don't work for you. Everyone has a different permission slip.
so every moment I'm brand new.
Repeat that.
Every moment I'm a new person.
You are new every moment, yes. Now you say it. Every moment I am new.
Every moment I'm new.
And now you say it. Took a while to catch on.
Every moment I'm brand new. I'm new.
Every moment I am new. Every moment I am new. Every moment I am new. Every moment I am new. Every moment I am new. Every moment I am new. Because you are literally new every moment. Literally a new person every moment. With a new past, as we discussed last night. With a new future every moment. Every change changes your past and your future, because it has to all be one historic line in your space-time reality. So every change you make, every time you become a new person, every moment, that new person has to have a new past that makes logical sense in your space-time reality that would have had to happen to create that new person linearly. So you're constantly changing your past and your future from the present, from the now. That's why now is your point of power, and why the past and the future are illusions that simply exist simultaneously with you. They're not really in the past. They're not really in the future. They all exist now.
So everything exists now.
Yes.
Future and past are illusion.
Yes.
Why my subconscious seems like holding some...
Because of what you are defining yourself to be now. Because you're creating the illusion of continuity that says, my past is real and affects me now. So I will hold on to things, beliefs that I don't prefer, because I believe more strongly that I have no way of letting them go because my past affects my present, when that's not necessarily true. You have to change your belief about your relationship to time, because time is an illusion.
Right. Right.
I know.
Right. But...
But?
But sometimes I cannot handle it.
Yes, you can. It's just that you have a belief that you can't. Remember, negative beliefs don't want you to let them go. So negative beliefs will reinforce the idea that you can't handle letting them go in order to not let them go. You have to see through that as a trick of the negative belief. Again, it's not malicious. It's just the way they're designed, because all beliefs are designed to perpetuate themselves. If they weren't designed to perpetuate themselves, you wouldn't have a physical experience. You would never be able to believe anything is true. But you have to understand that the negative beliefs will use all sorts of other negative aspects in order to get you to not let them go, to perpetuate themselves. In other words, positive beliefs are telling you what's true about you. Negative beliefs are telling you what's not true about you. So they have to work harder to get you to believe what's not true. And they will do that by using such things as fear, or the belief that you can't handle something, or many other devices. But you have to understand that's just what they do, so you won't let them go. The fear When it grows, the more fearful you become. That tells you that the negative belief has to work that much harder because it realizes you're getting close to letting it go. So the more afraid you are, the closer you are to letting the fear go. That's the trick. You have to see through that and just keep going.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Does this help?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
That's enough for now.
Okay.
Thank you.
My friend.
That's enough for now. Thank you.
My friend.
That's enough for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Aloha, Bashar.
Aloha.
So, question for you. When you talked about many will be going to Maui.
Yes.
Why Maui and not like the Big Island?
Haleakala is the heart chakra, is the
Right.
center point. It's where the hybrid children will wind up.
True.
In that particular enclave.
But there's so much space on the Big Island.
Yes, there is. I didn't say everyone in the world would go to Maui.
Okay.
I just said more will go to Maui.
Okay. Well, thank you. All right.
Yes.
So, being that I live on the Big Island now.
Yes. I could tell.
Yes.
But things are happening there.
Many.
Changes are happening
Changes
there.
are happening.
Yes.
And of course, every place on earth has its own
Of course.
specific energies, archetypes, deities.
Yes, yes.
So, and of course, it's Big Island's very primal.
Yes.
I've been getting used to the energies of the Big Island.
Yes.
But I'm very used to the energies of like the angels and ascended masters and beings like that. And I understand they're there too, but I don't feel their presence there as strongly.
Well, you may simply be in a phase of your life where it's not necessarily important for you to pay that much attention to that. They're always around.
Right.
Again, it's just about what's important and relevant for you to perceive at any given moment based on where you're at in your process and your journey.
True.
I know. That's
But-
why I said it.
But there's certain things I prefer more than others. So,
But are you doing the things that will actually allow you to experience what you say you prefer, or are you doing things that won't? Are your actions in alignment with your excitement and your preferences?
I think that I was in a neutral state for a long time.
Yes.
And now I'm shifting more into my true north
All right.
there.
All right. And then, so
then they should align.
then if you allow them to align, if you act on them in an aligned way, then everything will be experienced as being aligned. Yes, of course.
Okay. 'Cause
Again, it doesn't mean that you might not test yourself now and then to make sure you actually are aligned or are just pretending that you are. All of you will do that from time to time. Is it just lip service, or are you actually walking your talk, as you say? But as soon as you know you are walking your talk, then in a sense, you won't really need to, shall we say, trick yourself, because it won't really matter what happens to you anymore. It will only matter what you do with what happens. You will not be gauging your serenity on what happens around you. You will simply be choosing your state and able to process anything that happens, no matter how it looks, no matter what anyone else's opinion or experience of it is, no matter how it originated, because you will know that you can give positive meaning to everything for yourself and extract the benefit from it. It doesn't mean that you stop recognizing what's negative and what's positive. It simply means you learn how to use what's negative in a positive way. And by being the living example to others in that way, you give them the option of recognizing that they can do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes. Okay. Okay.
But you yourself are choosing to live on an edge because it's exciting, isn't it?
Yes. And it's kind of odd there because sometimes it feels like time just stands still. And then other times it feels like once something's happened, then there's no time at all.
Well, time is an illusion.
True.
So it's up to you how you experience it. But I remind you, because it is flexible, because it is just a projection of consciousness, because it is just a side effect of your consciousness shifting through billions of parallel realities that creates your experience called time and change and space. As I remind you, When you are in the moment, when you're doing what you love to do, and it seems as if no time is passing, you're not paying attention to the passage of time, you actually aren't creating as much time. If it feels like half an hour has gone by and you look up from what you're doing and everyone says, oh no, it's been 5 hours, you have only aged half an hour because you only created half an hour of time.
Yes.
Yes? That's how you stay young, by living in the moment, and paradoxically how you live longer, by staying young, by living in the moment. By not creating as much time, you paradoxically live for a longer time.
True. Now, I understand that. At the same time, I wonder
Yes,
why...
but some of them did not.
Oh, okay. Geologically, though, places on Earth, are there some places where time, in quotations, may move slower or quicker,
Yes. Yes.
just because of its placement?
Yes,
Okay.
and because of the collective consciousness in that area. Okay. Different cultures experience time in different ways. And therefore they may imbue that. There may be an aspect of the collective consciousness of Gaia itself, of the Earth itself, that reflects the different ways in which the expressions of consciousness on the planet actually view and experience the concept of time. So different places may be set up to experience time in different ways for the different cultural experiences that you can have on the planet. Yes. Okay. So time may move differently in different areas on the Earth. Yes.
All right, thank you.
Especially in the areas you call the portals. In a sense, that's what they're all about. Portals are kind of like time twisted up in a way that you can experience many different dimensions of time in one spot.
I like that.
Oh, all right. I'm glad you like that.
Okay, thank
Anything
you.
else?
Yes. So I recently did a DNA test because I was curious about my
Yes.
physical DNA.
Yes.
And some of it came back like how I thought it would be, and some of it was like, oh, this is interesting.
All of you are far more mixed than you think.
Mm-hmm.
Remember,
Yeah.
you are all hybridized, and you have many different things throughout your history that you may not know exist within you as DNA markers.
And I didn't really think too much of it, but the only thing it brought up was wondering who the great-great-grandparents might have been, because I was like, oh, I didn't know I had that.
All right. Well, maybe you
It's
should
fine.
take a trip to Scotland and find out.
Yes, Scottish was the most. So that was very interesting. Didn't expect that.
All right. Well, have a good trip, lassie.
And then one last question. Throughout the ages, the rose has been a symbol of many things to
Yes, it
people.
has.
And it just seems like it's such a special thing. And I was wondering if you could talk about the vibration of it and why. Just
Again, it's a big subject. However, you are making energetic connections from your present to other simultaneous existences that have a lot to do with that, such as organizations called the Rosicrucians. Yes?
yes.
Also, all the way back to the idea of the Rose Chapel and the lineage of Mary and Jesus.
Right.
So you're connected to that. That's another aspect of DNA that exists within you.
Okay.
You may wish to investigate that a little bit.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
Okay, I think that's it. Thank you, Bashar. My love to you and all.
Our
the
unconditional
signing.
love to you as well. Is it time for your break?
It's time for our Ustream.
All right. We will answer a few questions from your Ustream audience.
Okay, thank you.
Before your break, before the holotope meditation.
Okay.
Hello, Tadeo.
Nania.
I'm a little husky.
Yes.
Arf, arf.
Are you pulling a sled?
No, I'm pretty footloose and fancy free.
All right. What would you like to discuss?
Okay, so we have a few Ustream questions. One of them is, who created or invented DNA?
Who created DNA?
I know. I can only pass these questions on to you.
Yes, yes, yes.
And do all physical beings, regardless of form and location in the multiverse, have some form of DNA?
DNA is the first physical expression of consciousness in physical terms. It represents the idea of the spiral of creation from as above, so below, and also going from below to as above. So it's a double spiral, one coming down, one going up. That's simply the way the idea expresses itself in physical terms first. So you are all first and foremost actually DNA beings, and then the DNA attaches to itself other cellular structures in a sense like a suit, that it can then have mobility and senses and perceptions within the idea that create personality so you can have physical experiences. Every being within the multiverse that experiences itself in some way, shape, or form physically has a type of template that represents what it is and how it experiences itself. It's not exactly always what you recognize as DNA, so we'll just use the more generalized term. There is always an energy template that exists that lays down the parameters for how the consciousness crystallizes itself in physical terms. If you want to call it DNA, you can, but it, in some cases, is nothing like what you understand DNA to be. However, you will still always find, this is